What's going on, everybody? My name is PeteZahHutt Brendan, and I'm a little bit of a novice at these kind of videos. Unboxings, yeah! We're out here in the living room right now, and we got a rather special package. I'm also not a storytime YouTuber, so this could honestly go really terribly, betting that it will. But even though I may not be a storytime YouTuber or an unboxing YouTuber, I'm gonna do both in one video to break the meta because I got a story to tell you all that relates to what's in here. And we're about to talk about that in just a second. Before, I'm sorry for the echo, you're gonna have to deal with it. We're in my living room and the ceilings are about 30 feet tall, so it's kind of like I'm in a cathedral hall right now. Is the recording button on? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. I'll explain what the story is in a second. We're just gonna go ahead and open this thing right up here. Now, YouTubers who open boxes will always throw the joke around, never cut toward yourself, and then continue to do that. I'm gonna not do that, because if you're gonna tell your viewers not to cut toward yourself, you might as well not do it. Oh boy, there it is. So, security by Protection 1 Security Solutions. That's the theme of this video for today. We also got this little thing over here. I sort of know the contents of what's inside of here. Obviously, I was hoping that there would be some sort of thing. You can already kind of tell where this video is going. Maybe you know what it is, if I've talked about it before. But we've got a lot of good stuff in here. Hopefully you can see in there, we got an IP video camera. We got another IP video camera as well. Quite a few more things in here. Another smaller IP video camera. This one I think is for indoor, I believe, and another IP camera as well. So we have two different kinds of cameras here. This one I believe is for outdoor, the bigger mountable one, and then this smaller one is for indoor. I might have that completely backwards, but I'm just assuming that's what it is. And the last thing that we got here is the biggest one that's actually taken me quite a bit. This would be the Go Control Security and Automation System. I'm already not good at these things. That was fun. I'm gonna stack this up all nice and neat for you guys so you know exactly what the experience has been for me. If this stuff's backwards, you're gonna have to deal with it. We have here the contents of the unboxing, something you already saw. So I think now is the time where I'm supposed to transition from unboxing the stuff. I mean, technically there's like a million more boxes, so I guess I can unbox these while telling the story. Yeah, let's dive into it. I'll start from the basics. If you're unaware of my life, which I don't blame you if you are, you have your own life to worry about, and probably that of others that are closer to you than I am. I just moved house with Kara February 11th. Now, we had an apartment November 5th, we moved into another one, and then we quickly got out of there when we realized it was a shit fest. We booked our bags to a new place. February 11th was when we moved in. This thing is impossible to open. What? Oh, it's just a little, I'm using a knife and I didn't need to, you can just pull it. I am really tearing this thing. I'm honestly, you know, man, I think unboxings aren't really entertaining unless you use like a knife and make it like really dramatic and stuff, but I didn't actually need to do that. Oh, dude, look at this little dude. It's like a tiny little Wally. Camera number 1, I think, yeah, this looks like it's for indoor. You got all the mounting stuff and you also got the power cords as well. Good stuff there. I wonder how many people were watching this unboxing expecting it to be like a pair of Yeezys or something. Like all the work that I had to do for that other one that took like a minute using a knife, and the only thing that I had to do was just, wait, I did that, now it's not. Oh, do you just, how do you, so after you take off both stickers, I'm assuming it just slides, no? Wait, maybe? Do you just slide out? Oh yeah, there you go, that's easy as hell. Now we opened the bigger box. Now these are, God, no, you know what? We're using the knife for this one because these are the annoying ones. You have to like, I don't know. Here we go. You not work that way? All right, we have camera number, I'm betting at this one. This has to be the outside one. I haven't read the actual packaging yet, so I'm not sure whether or not. I know we got 2 for inside and 2 for out, but oh yeah, that's definitely, this is definitely for outside. Does it say on here actually? Wireless camera, alarm.com. No, it doesn't say anything about being outside, but there's lights and stuff, so yeah, this is for outside. And camera number 2, we'll unwrap that one now. So the last thing we have to open is the companion system, which I think is something you just place on the wall. Oh, and it's, okay, that would have fallen. It's already open. Wow, okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, this thing's massive. Oh, yeah, so these little things right here. They're like, what do they call them? Thin door window contacts. They're like infrared little things that you put on your windows or next to them. They trip if anybody tries breaking through or passing them. So you gotta be careful where you put them. They're labeled so we know which ones go to where. And then this thing over here is the passive infrared detector. Infrared. Hell yeah. A little close up of that thing right there. It's cool. It's actually really cool. Ethernet cable. We already got like 50 of those, and a quick start guide. All right, that's gonna do it. Let's clean this up. By clean it up, I mean throw everything on the ground. Not actually though, Kara would kill me. But she wouldn't be able to, because we have home security now. Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there, standing at the concession. If you can't tell, I'm having a lot of fun with this recording, but I'm gonna go into serious mode and actually talk about something for a second. This seems like a good spot, I think. Yeah, this is fine. I like this. So you guys probably are wondering what exactly we have the security system for. Now, if you move into a home, this is not my house. This is rented, so obviously we do not own this house that I'm currently in. Most sensible people would buy some sort of home protection system if they can afford it, which thankfully, and I want to say thank you to you guys as well, I'm in a position where I can afford this for not only myself, but for Kara. So indirectly, but directly as well, thank you. It was at this exact moment that I got a ring at the doorbell and I had to stop recording the video. So I didn't get a chance to run down what exactly happened and the reason why we got the system because, I got a ring at my doorbell and I couldn't record anymore. So let's talk about what happened. Before we start, there's two things you should know about kind of our life here. First thing is that we get our groceries delivered through a service called Amazon Fresh. Now the reason for this is because we live in LA. Going out and buying groceries takes about 3 hours if we're lucky, about that or whatever. So we'd rather avoid doing that, order it online and have delivery, a delivery service delivered groceries to our door. It just makes things easier. The second thing is that we have a thing called Ring, which is a video surveillance doorbell. Now it does a lot of things, but the thing in particular I want you guys to know is it has a motion sensor on it. So for example, if anybody walks by really close to your door, it'll start capturing footage, and then when the motion disappears, it'll stop capturing the footage and then log that video on your phone or mobile device for you to watch later. With all that said, story time. Kara and I were both in the middle of recording at about 4:25 in the afternoon one day. At 4:25, we get a ring at our doorbell that groceries have been delivered. We check on there and someone had just delivered our groceries, so we're like, okay, cool, we'll go down and get them in a little bit here. 4:31 comes around, 6 minutes later, and we get another ring at the doorbell and we're like, oh, they're probably delivering like the rest of the groceries. We had ordered like $200 worth, like, enough for a week and a half, 2 weeks or so. So it was a lot of groceries, about 8 giant bags of it. That second ring was actually people walking by our house and doorstep robbing us. I'm still in the middle of recording my video when this happens. Kara had stopped to check on the video and this happened. Over to here. There we go. Okay, we're looking good.
I have to call the cops. People just stole our stuff.
People stole our stuff?
They literally came up and just stole our stuff.
Are you serious?
Can I just call the cops? I have their face on it.
I mean, if you got video proof, then yeah, what the? Are you Bro, what? Okay, yeah. Minecraft can be put aside for the moment. We'll rack that up as a win. I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed. So that was a lot of fun to deal with. At that moment, we called the cops or whatever, because it was 2 guys that had just walked by our house. Now, our doorstep is like, we don't have like, a front yard, a front porch or whatever, something you have to drive up by. We kind of just have like a front door and that's pretty much it. It's like a little tiny courtyard, like a street or whatever. So if anybody walks by, the stuff out in front of the door is right there. That's why we assumed that they just went over and took it without any sort of debate or, like thought of, maybe I shouldn't do this. It was convenience. The groceries were like, basically, that's as far away from where they were in the groceries. It's like, yeah, we'll just take them and, just leave. Karen decides to call the cops, which I definitely agree was a very good idea. Now, the cops did arrive, but it wasn't until an hour and a half later because it's petty theft and it's Los Angeles. It is an importance to them, but they have more dire things they need to worry about. If it was like grand theft robbery, stealing a car, then they'd probably be there a bit quicker, but it was only like $100 worth of stuff. So the police arrived an hour and a half later. Before that happened though, this is where shit gets really, really interesting. So from our house, house, we have a lot of really big glass windows in our living room. Like, we have a really giant view, a lot of natural light, whatever. It's very easy to see into our house because we haven't gotten curtains quite yet. For the record, it's only really easy to see in through the living room and the loft. As for the bedrooms and the bathrooms, those are all on the second floor. They're really, you know, protected with curtains and stuff, so you can't see in there. Now, there is an apartment building next to us. It's run down, nobody lives there anymore, but a couple of homeless people come by, you know, here and there just to chill there. It's like they should be tearing it down yet, but they haven't. It's abandoned. The area that we live in, by the way, is pretty low crime, so this kind of took us as a bit of a shock. While Kara and I are up in our living room waiting for the cops to arrive, just chilling up there or whatever, near where everything happened, we take a look in the parking lot of the apartment complex that's run down, and we see a guy walking with one of our stolen goods. It was a blue Powerade, and I'm not gonna go on a limb and say, oh yeah, 10 minutes later someone just walks out blatantly with a blue Powerade. Yeah, chances are they stole it from us. Now, this was not one of the guys who stole it. There were two guys that stole it. This was a third guy who we're gonna assume was their friend. And if you needed any more convincing that this was actually a friend of theirs that stole our stuff, he did a double take and looked directly into our living room, right at me, double took again, smiled at me, smirked like a I stole this from you, and then walked away. But at this point, Kara and I are thinking, oh god, these people who stole from us have friends. And they, you know, I'm not gonna stereotype or anything, but the guy didn't look like he was the friendliest dude in the neighborhood. We're currently thinking, well, crap, these people that, you know, stole from us have friends. So if we take any action toward them, we might, you know, the friends might target our house. Hopefully you kind of understand why we were like security system right now. Because the thing is, when you're a robber or you just do like a convenience petty theft robbery, you're not looking to make an enemy. You know what I mean? Like, just because they stole from us from our doorstep once a couple of groceries doesn't mean that they're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna start targeting you all the time now. We're always gonna go for you. I hate you. Let's ruin your lives. They just stole from us once. However, if we take action on the guys who stole from us and their friends find out and they, you know, get out of jail or whatever, then yeah, they probably won't like us anymore. Bad things could happen. Moving on from that, the cops come at about 6 p.m. You know, they ask a bunch of questions. What did you steal? What did they look like? And I showed them the raw surveillance video because thankfully, again, we recorded it happening. They were like, okay, cool. This is really great. We're going to go ahead and, you know, send this report over to our detective agency over at the LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department. We're going to send it over to the detectives or whatever, and they'll take a look at it and see if they can find anyone. So we're like, okay, cool. You know, I gave them my identification, email, and stuff to contact me with anything going on. 2 days later, I get an email from one of the detectives over at LAPD saying, hey, Brandon, you know, I heard about the whole thing that went down or whatever, that you got some groceries, some petty theft. Do you think you could send me some pictures? So I'm like, okay. So I sent him the video, the raw video of it, but I also expressed my concern saying, hey, you know, I hope you find these guys or whatever and you lock them up, because petty theft, you can get put in jail for it up to a year, I think it is. At that point, he responds back a day later saying, thank you very much for the video. We were pretty much able to identify them and we think we know exactly where they live. It's not in the apartment. It's some other place relatively close to us. The detective emails me back a day later saying that I have two options and it's completely my choice. Option A would be to get them arrested and or charged. You know, they were able to ID them, so we could basically get them punished for what they did. At the same time, though, that might come back to haunt us because they may have friends that we wouldn't be able to charge. Or B, we could decide to not take any action and the police would keep the report on file. So if these guys ever got charged for anything again, it would basically be like a double hit. So we wouldn't be locking them up. They would still be out there, but in turn, our safety would be a lot better because we haven't just made a new enemy. Now, obviously, you guys don't live in my shoes, so you don't fully get the entire realm of it because you don't live in my house. You don't know exactly where they are, what happened, the whole situation. So you may not exactly know, but I would honestly like your thoughts if you have constructive thoughts on the whole thing. I don't think it's gonna sway me at any point because this is a little bit more serious than to listen to YouTube comments. Not saying, you know, but a little bit more serious than that. We think that we're going to charge them and or get them arrested if it doesn't involve like weeks and weeks of like court work for me, which Hopefully it wouldn't, but you know, if it doesn't, then we might do that. At the same time though, whichever end we do go about doing, we definitely wanted to have video surveillance and, you know, motion sensors and pretty much everything around our house. The only people living in this home are Kara and I. We don't have security gated around the whole area and a bunch of other alarms and stuff. We've only got our house. You know, if someone breaks in the middle of the night, we don't really have defense to be able to defend ourselves. So we figured security system, tie it into the cops if anybody breaks in or whatever. It's definitely needed. So we aren't too sure how we're going to be going about the thing. Honestly, it's either, you know, lock them up, justification for what they did, but threaten our safety at the same time, or let them roam around. I don't know if they would steal again. They probably have, but they don't seem like the kind of, you know, break into, but then again, I don't know. They could be complete thieves. I have literally no idea. Whatever we decide to pick, I decided it would be good to get a security system. Now you guys know what's been going on with me. Past few days have been kind of really shaky because we've been trying to, like, you know, get like white frosting for a lot of our windows so people can't see in through. We've been trying to get curtains, set up a lot more security stuff around the house. That's why uploads have been a little bit kind of late in the day and sporadic over the past week or so, because it's how it's been going on for about a week, and it's just a lot of stuff that, you know, I'm trying to keep myself alive so I can keep doing it. As dark as that may sound, you know, you never know what a robber might do. So having a giant security system in front of you, especially like a stake in the ground saying, hey, we got a security system, come in here and you're pretty much gonna get, you know, threatened by the police immediately.
Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there.
Stay away from our property. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little story and the unboxing at the beginning of the video. I'm probably not the best storytime YouTuber. I rambled on a little bit. I'll try and edit that down, but I love you all. Hope you all had a great day. That's been going on in my life, but yeah, take care. We'll catch you guys all back next time. Ciao.